I also wanted to share with you some facts about Mission Peak. So for those of you wondering, when did this become an East Bay Regional Park? We purchased it back in 1978 from the McClure family. The McClure family had Margaret McClure, who decided to sell it to the Park District under the condition that she could live there till she passed away, which was actually in 1982. So that Margaret McClure actually lived in that house until 1982, until she passed. And then in terms of the size of Mission Peak, people may not realize it's almost 3,000 acres. It's actually 1 acre shy of 3,000 acres. So it's quite large. And then people always ask me, what is the climb? How long is it, or how far is it, and how much of an elevational gain is it? So on either entrance, it's about 3 miles with about a 2,200-foot elevation gain. Now, my question to all of you is, how many official entrances are there at Mission Peak? Most people will always say 2, because they only know a Stanford and then the Ohlone College entrance. But actually, there's 4. But what people don't realize, and I guess, Tim, you probably already know this, that the entrance to the gate is also part of the Ohlone 50K race. This Ohlone 50K race has been in existence for more than 30 years and attracts probably 200 of the top ultramarathon runners from all over the world. And to give you an idea of what does that entail, 50K race? Well, Mission Peak, what people don't realize, when you open that front gate, it actually connects to other additional regional parks, Sunol Regional, Ohlone Wilderness, and Del Valle Regional Parks. So when you open that front gate, you can see it, that's what it says, 24,000 acres or 37 square miles is what you have as access when you enter Mission Peak. You don't even realize. Another fun fact is that people don't realize that there are 26 Ohlone People's Sacred Sites in the park. And for those of you who don't realize this, probably many of you don't even realize this, as you go up the Stanford Avenue side and you are approaching the second bench, before you reach the second bench, there's a large tree that's surrounded by a circular row of boulders. That happens to be one of the 26 sacred Ohlone people sites. It was put there over 1,000 years ago. And what most people think is just a place to sit. And then another fun fact, I don't think most people understand this or even realize it, but you see all those hang gliders that are flying up there, part of the Wings of Regalo group? Yes, that's home. Mission Peak is home to the world's first unaided hang glider flight back in 1971. Now, this is probably the $64,000 question. I get this all the time from the city of Fremont, well as East Bay Regional Parks people and, just the hikers in general. How come Mission Peak became popular? Well, I could tell you, patrolling it since 1996, nobody was there until 2004. I used to patrol it, and I was more worried about being eaten by the mountain lions and running into the deer than running into the people or running into the cows. It was relatively unknown until that year. Sunset Magazine created an article called Secret Peaks, called Mission Peak one of the hidden hiking gems of the Bay Area. And as soon as that article hit, all of a sudden I saw the first big uptick in hiker use at Mission Peak. I actually had to start using my brakes to slow down to when I was approaching people who were interested. Why is this a hidden gem? So that was the first big uptick in hiker use in the park. And then when the Great Recession hit and social media became popular, such as Facebook and Instagram, then we started to see a much larger explosion of trail users after 2008 to where we see today to the present. And I'll give you a reason why use of social media, that particular peaker pole that you see on the slide right now. Most people think that that's a ladder because they climb up on top of the darn thing and take a picture of themselves. But in reality, that's a lookout post. What you see in those pipes, they used to have brass plates that would tell you every single landmark throughout the whole Bay Area. So you could see one of those pipes is looking out to Stanford University, downtown San Francisco, downtown Oakland, Moffett Field, Dumbarton Bridge, and the like. And when I would go up there and patrol, I would tell people, you're supposed to be looking through that pole, not climbing it. Typically, before the pandemic, that peaker pole would have a line this long or longer so that people could climb it and actually take a picture of themselves and say, I did it, put it on their Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever account they want to put it on, and prove to their friends, I did it. So here's my suggestions. If you plan to go up at Mission Peak, please bring plenty of water. That's my disclaimer for all of you, because most people are fully unprepared when they go up there. They think that it's not that big of a deal. They could do it with one bottle of water, and it's not going to be enough because, like I said, it's a 3-mile climb, and a lot of people run out of water well before they can get to the top, let alone try to get back. I also suggest wear comfortable shoes. I've seen over the years, I've seen ladies who actually wear high heels, stilettos. Yeah, I see people laughing. It's true. Flip-flops, bare feet. And I just go, what are you thinking? And I would see, especially in the high heel shoes, the women, they go in about 50 feet and say, that's enough. I turn around and call it a day. I go, no, you got to bring out, hiking shoes, tennis shoes, something. Now, other things that I recommend, you'll be surprised. I get the young people complaining, going, my knees are killing me. My knees are killing me. I said, you know what you need? Hiking poles. And they said, well, that's for old people. I said, no, that's for smart people. Smart people use hiking poles because it reduces knee strain, and actually you can get up there and down faster because now you have 4 points of contact rather than just 2. I also suggest that if you're going to do a night hike, bring a flashlight, bring a headlight, because I've seen over the years when people use a smartphone, that just doesn't work. I've seen people who try to do that, they still get lost, and they can't figure out where they are, and they'd call us, and then we'd have to get them out. One thing that most people don't realize, they just want to go up there to see the peaker pole, see a view of either, the bay, or, possibly if they turn around and go, okay, I see Pleasant. Because if you know what to look for, you can see downtown Sacramento from the top of Mission Peak. And if you turn a little further, yes, you will be able to see Half Dome if you know which way to look. And so when I've spoken with park users up there over the years, it made them realize they had to go back up again because they're missing all these other, locations, viewpoints that they didn't even realize existed. So that's my talk about Mission Peaks.